With the winter season now occurring here in Australia, it is a great time to get out in the bush, with hopefully most of the snakes sleeping as we push through the scrub. Myself and another adventurer headed out for a short day trek to the Colo River, specifically a place called Crawford's Lookout. We parked the car at the fire trail entrance along the Putty Road and biked it roughly 13 kilometres of relatively easy terrain. We locked up the bikes after the 13 kilometres of mountain bike riding. We commenced our trek to Crawford's Lookout and commenced making our way through the thick overgrown bush that had been affected seriously by the fires. Much of the day was spent without a track, making our way through either thick scrub or rock hopping. To give you a short description of the Colo River, it begins roughly in the middle of the Wollemi National Park from east to west. It heads east for a short distance and then southeast for the 50 kilometres until it flows into the Hawkesbury River near Lower Portland, north of Windsor. The Colo River Gorge is one of the largest in the world other than the Grand Canyon, stretching 30 kilometres in length and around 300 metres deep for much of that. The area around the river offers some of the wildest country remaining in New South Wales, and that is one of the biggest attractions to bushwalkers and adventurers like myself. Hope you guys enjoy the footage from the day. Let me know down in the comments if you would be game enough to have a crack next time. Okay, so once we were done with the Crawford's Lookout, which is what you've just seen, we dived basically straight down into the valley, following a track to some degree. As you can see, the track itself was steep and very exposed in many of the sections all the way down to Wollemi Creek. But to be honest, if you ask me, if you wish to see views and places like this, the more exposed it is, the more untouched it feels, which gives it this adventure type feel that I've probably been talking about beforehand.
Nothing ever stays the same. Once you let it change.
Okay, so as you can see, we're down in the river. Now, what I'm sucking on there is obviously a bladder, but you can see there's a little filtration device there. Its name is Sawyer Filtration. So this is where I can actually dip in and out of the creek itself and filter my water as I go. Really, really great way if you're gonna head out into the bush. This is something that you definitely wanna have, or some kind of filtration device, just in case you do end up getting stuck, or you end up getting stuck out there longer than you hoped.
You'll see the difference now. If you change it, you'll know how. Nothing ever stays the same. Won't you let it change? Hey, let it bang, you know. Let it bang. Hey, let it bang, you know. Let it bang. Hey, let it bang, you know. Let it bang. Hey, let it bang, you know. Let it bang.
Yeah, just to come over this stick here that's over. I reckon here, because that's the closest funnel. Yep. Yeah, a bit. Yeah, just to refill it. You alright?
Trekking along the river was relatively easy going, a few sandy spots and rock hopping, but nothing too crazy. Now the device that you can see here is a Garmin InReach. It's a satellite device in the case of emergency. So if anything does go wrong, I have something at hand that is waterproof and can be accessible in all different areas. Additionally, I can also communicate with my wife as to how I'm going along the way. We eventually come up to our exit point, which you can see here, which we required us to rock climb from one side of the river to the other side of the river. To get to the other side of the river, we also had to take a small river dip, which I can tell you right now was absolutely bloody freezing in winter. Otherwise, once on the other side, we had some steep rope climbs and footholds to attend with, and just some slippery, mossy rocks.
I reckon this is like, there's going to be ledges that are like the worst part, and then it'll be good, then it'll be bad. But, I don't know. You alright? This gets your adrenaline pumping? Yeah. Yeah. I actually have no idea if this is it, but it just feels like it.
See the difference now. If we change it, you'll know how. Nothing ever stays the same. Once you let it change. Hey, let it bang, get up. Let it bang. Hey, let it bang, get up. Let it bang. Hey, let it bang, get up. Let it bang. Hey, let it bang, get up. Let it bang.
So that brings this adventure just about at a halt. The last little bit, we just had to work our way up this little gorge. Then we kind of did a bit of off track for a couple of 100 meters, and then we soon found the track again, found our bikes, got back on the mountain bike and rid 13 kilometers back to the cars. But what an absolute blast of a day. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you did watch this far. Thanks guys, bye.